Janelle, Raj, I could take all the time I have today just listing the indignities and traumas Mike Bartell has suffered. His mother committing suicide when he was 6, abandoned by his father, combat in Vietnam, and life on the streets. If anyone had a case for being mad at the world, it was Mike. And he was, but not anymore.
I'm glad that I didn't give up on myself, and I'm glad that other people didn't give up on me.
Both of those, we should add, were real possibilities for Mike. A long, long list of bad breaks and worse decisions led to this. Mike, in his 60s, living here near the dumpsters out back of a Concord furniture store for 5 years.
My bed was right here, okay?
It was, for Mike, a bottom as rock hard as the concrete he slept on. But one day, a Concord police officer noticed the Marine tattoo on Mike's arm and said, as a veteran, he shouldn't be homeless. It was a meeting that led to housing on Treasure Island that required Mike to volunteer at the food bank.
You're welcome so much.
You're appreciated too.
No.
That last part, Mike says, is really what gets the credit for his transformation.
Because I wouldn't be complete without helping others. You just can't take, in this world, you just can't take.
He says one of the most touching things, somebody sent him a note once and said, Mike, you are the treasure on Treasure Island.
Oh, that is so true.
Yeah.
I never realized homeless was in my future. You know, nobody thinks about that, but until it hit me, all right? And that was a big change in life, because being homeless is a whole different ballgame than going off to war, than, you know, than anything that anybody's ever done. And I don't care what they say, but being homeless is a whole different fear. Because I hadn't learned anything, you know, from growing up. I had no foundation, so I had to get everything on my own and go hunting for it. You know, I got dumped when I was 6 years old. So am I going to live on that and dwell on that for the rest of my life?
I know he probably did his best to try to provide for me, and the methods that he used probably weren't the best methods at the time. So that's why he got himself in trouble and ended up in jail. And then because we got separated, I just grew into a space where I was used to not being around him. And that frustrated me for a long time.
Not having a relationship with my younger son back in them days was it was miserable, because I set my life in such a way that I couldn't break my foundation of what I was doing. And so I would go to jail and I'd sit there, and it was eating me up because I really wanted and missed him, and I wanted to be with him. But I just didn't know how to break that habit. And I was stuck for, I don't know how many years, but I finally, you know, got off my stuckness. I got out of my scared mode and said, to hell with this, I'm gonna get something out of this. When you first came to this program, the Swords Transitional Program, you had to volunteer 6 weeks at the food pantry. This is how I established such a friendship with the people at the pantry. And then one day I just said, excuse me people, we can't have this crap. You people look more down in the dumps than I do. And this is us. So everybody turned around and say hi to, and it turned everybody around to where everybody was talking to each other.
I'm very thrilled that he's in this position now, because it hurt me when he was homeless and living behind Ashley's furniture, and there was really nothing that I could do, but I did the little that I could.
It does feel great to have my own place, because I feel safer, I feel more relaxed, I feel there's a peace has come over me, a calmness, and it's wonderful. I'm more grateful than you or anybody else in this world would ever know that I could ever show. I don't know how to show somebody that I'm that happy and that grateful for what they've given me. I mean, I've waited a long, long, hard road for what I got right now. One Treasure Island was handpicked by God or somebody. They'll go out of their way to help you and make sure that you're okay. because they care, not because it's their job, you know, or they genuinely care about you, the person, and your feelings.
So for the people that are in a position to help, I ask y'all, please do help, because there's a lot of people out here in need. And, you know, we can only do so much for ourselves, but with the lending hand, we can do a lot more.
What it means for me to be here on Treasure Island and growing with this community is life. That's what it means to me. A more beautiful, wonderful life.